Hello, friends that live within the internet. My name is John, and in this video we're going to be talking about Git Commit Messages, and I'm going to show you how you can implement some software that's going to make sure you have some kick-ass Git Commit messaging within your solution. Now, Git Commit messaging sounds like a bit of a dull topic. Not that many people talk about it. However, making sure you have a good structure in your project will make your life a lot easier. Now, how many times have you gone and tried to fix a production bug? You've looked at your Git history and all you see things is like update, test, to do, test. Now, trying to actually find where a bug crept into the system is really difficult. Also, how many times have you tried to figure out what something does, and then you look at your commit history and there's absolutely no references to the Jira ticket you've been working on, so you have to try and figure it out. This is where implementing consistent Git commit messages where you're forced to add in your Jira ticket number is going to help you massively. Now, what we're going to do is talk about something called the conventional Git Standard, talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to show you how you can introduce conventional commits into your project by using a few NPM plugins so you could be an absolute badass. Now, if you haven't come across my videos before, my name is John and I do weekly YouTube videos on web development, productivity, and all that amazing jazz. So if you want to be an absolute legend, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. Now, assuming we've done that, let's talk about this consistent Git messaging. When it comes to creating a good Git commit message standard, instead of trying to recreate the wheel and come up with a standard yourself, I recommend that you just use the most popular one, and this is called conventional commits. So as you can see on the screen right in front of me, if you just go over to conventionalcommits.org, you're going to get this big schema about how you should write your Git commit messaging. Now, even though this is really big and it might seem a bit overwhelming, fundamentally, it's actually pretty simple. Now, all you need to do is basically do a type, put your optional scope, so this could be your Jira ticket number, then just do a colon and then a description. That's all you need to do. Now, one really good thing about using the conventional commit is it will allow you to do semantic versioning. So if you're going to create a breaking change, as you can see right here, you just put in breaking change within a new line in your Git commit message. So as you can see right here, let's zoom in. This is basically all you're going to do when you're creating your message. So you're just going to put in a feature or chore, and then you're just going to put in a description. And then if you're going to do a semantic breaking change, just underneath it, you put breaking change in capital, and then you define what the breaking change is. So we're going to use this standard. You can come over to this website to learn more about it, but it is super simple. Now, it's all very well telling your team that you have a standard that they should adhere to. However, actually making them follow it is much harder. This is why we need to create Git pre-hooks that will force people to follow the convention, otherwise they won't be able to check their code in. And this is the way that we're going to ensure that you have great Git commit messaging. Now, obviously doing this yourself is going to be a massive ball ache. So what we're going to do is use a free community package called Commit Lint. And what we're going to do is use Commit Link with Husky, and we're going to install it into our project, and we're going to have automatic Git pre-hooks, which are going to do this conventional commit checks for us. Sound good? Let's get into the code and see how we implement it. Okay, so I fired up Visual Studio Code, and in the next few minutes I'm going to show you everything you need to introduce this conventional commit standard into your repo. Huzzah! So let's fire up a terminal. As you can see, I've got one open here. Stretch it out so you can seize it. So the first thing we need to do is create a Git repo, otherwise this won't work. The next thing we need to do is do a npm project, so npm init and git init. We are badasses, so we don't care about putting in descriptions and all that good stuff. We're just going to hit return. Is this okay? Yes. And now I'm going to do a clear again, so at the top. So as you can see, we've now got a Git repo and an npm project. Because we're working with npm, we need a git ignore file. And we need to have a node underscore modules in there. Otherwise, we're going to get loads of rubbish when we do our commits. Okay, so what we're going to do now is install 3 packages. So commit lint CLI, commit lint config conventional, and Husky. Husky is the really cool one that I recommend you check out, because that's the one which allows you to do Git pre-commit hooks all within JavaScript without having to go into that the .gitignore folder. So what we're going to do here is npm install at commit lint CLI, and this is a dev dependency, so we don't need this to run in production. So -- save -dev, off it goes and installs it. Bing. Now, as long as I haven't done a typo, we should see it installing. There we go, beautiful. So clear. The next one is to do an npm install, and then we're going to do a at commit lint, and then it's a config -conventional / save -dev. So npm install at commit lint /config -conventional -- save -dev. That's installed. Perfect. And finally, we're going to do an npm install husky -- save dev once again. So now we've got all of that stuff. Let's open our package.json. And as you can see in here, we've got our dev dependencies all looking nice. So next thing I'm going to do is get rid of this test, and we can call it prepare. And the command we want to have in here is called husky install. So basically, whenever anyone pulls down this repo, they're going to have to do this prepare in order for the git commit hook to work. Now, going back to our terminal, what we can do now is do a clear again. We also need to create a file for the commit lint to work. So in here, let's create commit lint.config.js. And actually, let's open this. Now, to save you the pain from watching me doing some live typing, let's copy and paste in the snippet you need to use. So it's a module.export with an S equals curly brace extends colon bracket dash quote at commit link /config -conventional quote closing brackets job done. So I'll leave that up so you can have a quick read for all of you typing at home. It's fairly simple. Now what we want to do is close everything, and let's go back to our terminal, and let's just do a npm run prepare. So this should now install Husky. Now you can tell that Husky is installed because you get this .husky folder, and in here we shouldn't have anything. So within the Husky folder itself, we want to create a file, and it's called commit-message. And this is going to be our pre-hook. So make sure it's in the Husky directory, not in this dash one. So again, let's open this one up. And in here, let's copy in some more config. So what we want to do is copy in this config. The important part here is the npx -- no -install space commit lint space -- edit space $1. And having the double quotes is important, otherwise the command won't work properly. So I'll keep that up there so you can copy and paste. Remember, you can download this repo from the link below, so do that if you don't want to follow me along on screen. So closing that down, let's now go back to our terminal, do a clear. So if everything has gone according to plan, I've got Husky installed, I've got my packages installed, I've configured commit lint to use the conventional commit standard. Let's test it out. Woo. So let's do a git add dot. Now let's do a git commit -m, and let's put some nonsense in there. And if everything's gone correctly, we should get a warning. Ooh. And as you can see, we've now got this error message. So subject may not be empty, type may not be empty. We found 2 problems. So instead, if I do a git, actually let's do a clear so it's at the top so you can easily see it. Now if I do a git commit -m for a message, say if I do feet, which is part of the specification, I'm going to put my JIRA number in, which is JIRA 1. Then I'm going to put my colon, I'm going to put adding code. Again, this can be anything you want. Now if I hit return, what should happen is, so let's go back again. You cannot use uppercase when you're adding conventional commits, so that's against the specification. So let's put everything to lowercase and start again. Now my commit has gone through. If I do a clear and now I do a git log, you can see that I've got a very nice clear commit message, and this is all you need to do to enforce a nice Git commit messaging standard within your project. And there we have it. What do you think about that? Have you actually ever consciously thought about your Git commit messaging, and did you realize that it was that easy to enforce a standard within your projects? Literally within 5 minutes, you can enforce this. So please let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Is this something that you do, or is this something that you think you are going to introduce in the near future? I would love to hear. Now that concludes the end, obviously another video. This is the time when I need to sell my stuff. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my newsletter, link below. You'll get a weekly email every Sunday just with some industry news, things I think are cool, and some motivational pictures. So subscribe to that. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button because that will make you an absolute champ. Otherwise, if you want to help me trick YouTube into sharing my videos to more people, smash the like button because I would very much appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you've got some value from this video. Hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and happy coding.